Hello, traders. FS Speculator here. Today is Tuesday, and it is March 25th. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully, everybody had a great weekend. Yeah, we ended up skipping yesterday's live stream because Mondays are kind of my days to get lots and lots of stuff done. So I'm probably going to be doing live streams on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday instead of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So in a ways, I always like to start off at looking at the US dollar index. I mean, that is a very important analysis for anybody that is trading any of the major dollar pairs, except for maybe gold, because gold doesn't really follow the dollar index. And we did have a break of structure up. Now, last week I was talking about how this potentially could be like a weird looking A, B, and C. And we did go up to a fib level and we did make a bounce out of fib level. But then what happened was it didn't make an engulfing move down, but instead it just kept on going up. And now we're beyond the target for me for an expanding flat. If this really was like a little, expanding ABC and now it was going to continue the downtrend. The move up is actually kind of beyond that point now, in my opinion. So more than likely, this is minimum going to make a crutch into the last move down. So now we got our Fibonacci level from this move down right here. I would definitely expect to see some sort of a three-wave corrected pattern up. This move up to me is definitely looking more like a trend. So I would kind of assume this move up is more likely a wave A. And, this move down is actually probably going to end up stretching out into a wave B. And I think we're going to go back up for wave C. I'm expecting maybe the 50 or maybe the 61%. And possibly it could turn into a crutch into the whole move down. I don't really think that is the case. Right now, I would definitely be looking at this as more likely just a crutch into the last wave down from here to here. Every pullback is just a crutch into the last wave of the trend as long as the market continues to trend. So if we expect to see something more along these lines on the US dollar index, then we would definitely have to apply that knowledge to the US dollar pairs and assume that the dollar pairs are also going to make some sort of a crutch and maybe not out, stretched out that much. It might end up being something like that. But I do think this is likely just a crutch into the last wave down. So now what we do is we take that knowledge and we apply it to all the other dollar pairs that apply, like the pound dollar, euro dollar, Aussie dollar, Kiwi dollar, dollar CAD, dollar Swiss. Not so much the dollar yen and definitely not gold. So gold, the euro dollar also did break structure to the downside, as you can see. And I was originally thinking this was a flat too, and technically we don't even have the Fibonacci levels hit yet if it really was a flat. But the fact that this move up is only a little bit above this high, it's not the 123, 136 that you would expect to see if it really was a flat. And this move up right here is definitely more of a trend. It's probably not a wave B. That means that we're likely in a wave A, and at some point, it's probably going to make a cut into that wave A, like a wave B, and then it's probably going to push down again for a wave C. And I would expect this whole move to likely be a cut into the last move up on the daily. And for me, the last move up on the daily is definitely from here to here. So I would expect probably at least a 38% pullback. If it really is a very strong trend on the much higher time frames, then it might just be a 38% pullback, something like this. Then it continues the uptrend. But I would expect to see some sort of a decent pullback. But I think we're going to get a move up, and sometimes wave Bs can make new highs, especially in strong trends. So, but more than likely, I would expect to see something along these lines over the next couple of weeks. This week is not really a whole lot going on as far as the news calendar is concerned this week. Let me see, where's the news calendar? Here we go, right here. Not a whole lot of big news. We got some really decent Aussie news this evening. If you are available for the Asian session, it's 12:30 at night. I could stay up for this, but I'm not going to. But because I'd rather get up in the morning and see things like the pound CPI inflation data, and we also have annual reports, annual budget release report coming out tomorrow for the UK, and then tomorrow we also have regular goods and durable goods for the US dollar. So we have a few things to keep an eye out. But really, I think this week is going to be more leading up to next week because next week is not only non-farm payroll, but it is also when the due date for the tariffs are. So I believe it's April 2nd is the date for the tariffs potentially going into effect. So that may prove to be what the market's waiting for on April 2nd. But we do have a little bit of news mixed in this week, that's for sure. I mean, it's not like there's no news. And luckily on Sunday, the Europe and the UK and Switzerland all do daylight savings time. So it'll be back to 5 hours difference between the US and the UK, which is good. So in a ways, yeah, I would expect to see some sort of a corrective pattern at this point. I was trying to decide whether this is really over or not. I mean, if this really is a wave A, then most wave A's do end shortly after the break of structure. So to me, it does look like it probably is over. It definitely did give us a break of structure right here today. I would definitely be keeping an eye on this move down to see if it makes some sort of a higher low and ends up pushing back up like that. If that's the case, that potentially would be a pretty nice little trade right there, definitely. Some sort of an ABC like that, maybe end up going down like that. Definitely something to keep an eye out for. If it really is a way B, then it potentially will make a question to the whole move down, Joe. Keep in mind, if it really is a way B, it could go, take out these highs, maybe even make a run for this level up here. Look for a good support resistance area. So if anybody does have any requests, definitely put them in the chat. I'll be more than happy to look at anything. No problem whatsoever. The pound dollar did break structure, but not by much. And it does look like it wants to go down again, in my opinion. It kind of almost looks like it's already got the A and the B, and it could go down for like a wave C. I would expect this to be an ABC correction. I just think it's going to end up stretching out to a little bit of a bigger ABC. More than likely, it's going to make a correction to the whole move up from here to here, which could end up doing something like this, down to the 38, maybe 50%, then potentially continue the uptrend. But these are the type of situations you really have to be quite careful because you may be looking at this and say, oh, this is going to make an ABC, 38% fib, and then continue the uptrend. But in reality, it could just go up, come down a little, go up, go down a little, go up, down. It could just keep going. So we definitely need to keep long opportunities on the back of our head. We definitely need to make sure that longs are still the priority. But shorter term, I do think there's going to be some more shorts. That definitely is 5 ways down on the 1 hour time frame. Probably a wave A. This is definitely kind of a three-way move up. Hmm. Actually, that's a higher low right there. So maybe this is an AB. I bet that is what it is. Then it'll go down to this area, and then probably back up for the wave B, while the euro dollar makes a wave B, and then probably down again for wave C is what I think will happen. Some sort of an ABC correction to the daily time frame move that I was just showing you. So let's see here. And then what else we got? We got gold. Gold is definitely. Oh, whoops, that's not gold. Gold is what I think is almost definitely in a wave four right now. I think this is like extremely clearly a 1, 2, 3 right here. 1, 2, 3. So likely we're in a wave four, which I think will last probably another day or two, probably making its way down to the 38%, maybe like the 2980 area before we potentially get another push up for the wave five, maybe something along these lines. I still think this 3070 area, which I believe that's pretty much right on for my target. Let's see here. Yeah, 3070 is the 278% Fibonacci extension on the weekly time frame. So that's definitely going to be a pretty big area of resistance, I would imagine. I think we are likely, very likely to make a push up to that area. To me, it looks like it made 5 waves down. It looks like this is all just a wave A, potentially ending right here. I think this is potentially now in a wave B, which will probably go down up, wave B, and then probably something like this for the wave C, maybe 38. Yeah, it might just be a 38% pullback because it's a wave four, so maybe something like this, and then up for the wave five. So that's what I'm thinking on gold, something like this, wave three, ABC, wave four, 38% fib bounce, up for wave five. Seems pretty dang likely for sure. So let's see here. Let's try the US dollar yen. Now, one thing we have to keep in mind is the dollar yen is definitely still in a downtrend on the very high time frames. It technically hasn't broken structure, but some of the other correlated pairs have, like the JPY basket. I think the JPY basket definitely gave us a confirmation that this is a real turn and that this is likely now going down, probably at least to the 78%, which would potentially be a pretty big move up on all the yen pairs if that is the case. So when you're looking at the dollar yen, you really have to keep that in mind. That technically we're in a downtrend, but I think this is going to potentially go up. It's probably gonna end up doing something like this over the next few months and making like an A, and this is the expanding ABC of B, and then up for a C, and then potentially down for the bigger wave C. So this is your A, this is your three waves of B, and then down for the C. So that's definitely what I think is going on there. The higher time frame analysis is so important for pretty much any time frame you're trading. And another big clue for me is that the 78% got taken out by a lot. It ended up closing really strong above that 78%. Normally, when you go above or below the 78% of any given impulsive move, it almost always does end up taking out the structure, taking out the high. So I think there is a very, very good likelihood that this is going to end up continuing back up. Probably is going to give us a break of structure. So we definitely want to keep an eye out for that. Hmm. Definitely looks like a downtrend. I wonder if this is a potential flat right here also, actually. Oh man, I bet that is what it is. One, two, three, four, five waves up. Impulsive down. Could that be a wave B right there or what? Boy, it's definitely five waves right there. One, two, three, four, five. Hmm. One, two, three, four, five. I don't know. Definitely could be a wave B. And potentially we're in a wave C, which would go down probably to the bottom of this channel. And then potentially go up and break structure. This could be a wave one and even an ABC of two, like a leading diagonal wave one and then a running ABC of two, like a running flat type thing, even though it's not 335, and then potentially up for wave five. Seems like a really likely outcome. Hmm. So yeah, if anybody does have any requests, throw them in the chats. I'd be more than happy to look at anything. Not a problem whatsoever. Let's see here. Just work our way through the pairs a little bit, I guess, until somebody homes in on something they want to see. Aussie dollar made a pretty good push up today, but I don't know. I really don't think it's it. I actually am starting to wonder if it's a WXY. I still think that this is an uptrend over here. I definitely am still looking at this as a trend. Hey, Carl, how's it going, buddy? So I'm definitely looking at this move up as definitely still a trend. And this move down to me is definitely a trend also. So I still assume that this is a wave one, especially with this break of structure we got back here. And I also think there's a good chance this is an A. This is one, two, three waves up for a B. Hmm. Could it be a running flat and it's just continuing the uptrend? If it's continuing the uptrend, then the US dollar would have to be continuing its downtrend. That's why I was thinking maybe this is some sort of a WXY in here. Because one, two, three waves down, one, two, three waves up. Maybe this is now one, two, three waves down. For this right here would be the WXY. And then it potentially would go up. This would be the A, and this would be the B, and I don't know if it's going to stretch out that much. Make a wave C, and then continue the uptrend. Boy, that'd be a lot of stretching out if it did all that, but it definitely looks like it's trying to make a 3-3-3 pattern. Three waves down, three waves up, one, two, three waves down. So I think and because of what I think is going on with the dollar index, to me it would make more sense for this to go down again, definitely. Hey Jay, how's it going? Nice to see you, buddy. Let me know if you have any requests. I'll be more than happy to look. So I think it was a very good likelihood this move up is a correction to the move down. So on the 1 hour time frame, I already got my Fibonacci on there. Whoops. So I have my Fibonacci on this last push down from here to here. This push down right here is definitely a trend too. I mean, there's no doubt that that's a trend. I bet this is, hmm, I bet it's gonna do something like this and then go down again. I bet it's a ABC of wave Y, and this really is a WXY. One, two, three down, one, two, three up. Definitely looks like it on this time frame. Yeah, Jay, I can check that out for you. We kind of looked at it real quick already, but yeah, not a lot of people doing requests, so I'll definitely check it out for you. Not a problem. Let's do the pound Aussie next because Carl was right on top of that. Then we'll look at the US dollar yen, and I'll just go in order. If anybody has anything they want, put in the chats. Tesla, 50 pips. Ooh, I don't know. We're gonna have to look at Tesla. Tesla's been in bad shape. I kind of feel like this is not over. I think it's gonna go up again and then down. Let's see. Pound Aussie. There we go. Pound Aussie. It does look like it's time to end the correction, doesn't it? I don't know. I think it's made a complete five waves. Just a question of where the five waves is. I was originally thinking that the pound kiwi was a 3, 4, 5 way here, and that we were still in an uptrend for wave five. But we technically did get a break of structure, and that move up is five waves. This move up is five waves too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then the move down is way too impulsive. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could it be an A, B, C? That's what I originally thought. A, B, C of four, and then this was an uptrend for wave five. And technically, it didn't quite hit the fib level that I was looking for either, but it looks like it's close enough to potentially be going down now for a bigger correction, maybe. We're right at the 100% Fibonacci extension, but I'm definitely still looking at this as a wave three. I think this thing's going up a lot. This is the yearly chart that I paste onto all my monthly charts so I can see what that goes back over 80 years, this yearly chart that I got on the monthly time frame for the pound Aussie. I have it for all the pairs. Here's the pound kiwi, the yearly chart. Goes all the way back to 1960. Each move is 1 month, I believe. So let's see here. Kind of looks like it wants to go up one more time, doesn't it? But that right there really looks like an ABC to me. I wonder if it's starting a bigger, like a brand new trend. Like maybe this is a one, two. Because that really looks like a potential ABC right there. Hmm. It's probably not though, is it? Yeah, I bet it's not. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think it's gonna go down. I think this move up is just a bull trap. I think it's gonna go up a little and then probably down. Might even go down and start taking out some lows. But keep an eye on your fib levels either way. If it does something like this, goes up and then goes down to a fib level, and then reacts to that fib level with a big impulsive move up, that would be an ABC correction. That would be A, B, C, and then continuation of the uptrend if it does that. Because that makes more sense on this one. A, B, C, up. Because that really looks like an ABC on the pound kiwi. ABC, and then potentially 1, 2, 3. Anytime I look at the pound Aussie, you got to look at the pound kiwi. Anytime you look at the pound Aussie, you really should look at the Euro Aussie. And anytime you do that, you should really look at the Euro Kiwi. Correlated pairs is such an important part of what we do with Elliott Wave. If you were just looking at one pair and trying to force your analysis, it would be really difficult. But when you can compare four pairs that are all doing very similar things, you can kind of get a good idea of what's going on more times than not. That's why, if you're looking at the euro dollar, you got to look at the pound dollar. Then you got to look at the dollar Swiss, and maybe the dollar CAD, and maybe the Aussie dollar, and see what they're all doing similar. Because of the JPY basket, which the JPY basket is the index for the JPY pairs. I think this is three waves down, ABC down, three waves up, ABC up. I think this is going down. I think we're in a downtrend. I think we're gonna make five ways down to either the 100 or the 78%. Which, if this is in a downtrend, that means that the yen is weak. If the yen is weak, what does that mean for the yen pairs? That should mean that they're strong because the yen is the second currency in each one of these yen pairs. So if this goes down five ways down for an ABC, then every one of those yen pairs should do something very similar to the upside. Bringing it to the US dollar yen, I think this is an A. This was the second possibility that I've been talking about for a while. I think this is a one, two, three, a B. And I think this is potentially going up now for a wave C. I think we're in a wave B. It's actually kind of clear on the weekly time frame, and there's a few people in my group that have been telling me that this is what's going to happen for a while, which I definitely didn't disagree with. But I always like to wait for proof, and for me, the JPY basket was the proof that I've been waiting for. That this is an A, and this is one, two, three, B, and then down for a C, and then potentially continue the uptrend. But this is the weekly time frame, so this is like sometime in 2026 when that end of a correction is probably going to happen. Long story short, I think we're back into an uptrend. I think we're going to go down and then up. I think we're going to break structure, then probably make another pullback and start a uptrend, a higher high, higher low series, probably on the daily time frame. We were looking at this I was looking at this today thinking, man, what if this is like it's a very odd pattern. I don't disagree, but what if this was supposed to be the A because that's impulsive and this is supposed to be a little more corrective, and then now we're in a wave C. And not now, but maybe later on this evening during the Asian session, it might continue the uptrend, or maybe tomorrow morning. But this whole thing kind of looks like a correction. It looks like one, two, three, four, five. I wonder if it's like an A, B, C, D, E or something. Or, yeah, A, B, C, D, E or something like that. I don't really look at the DXY, but I can look. I mean, I don't use the DXY, I use the dollar index, but I can definitely look at that for you. Let me check out Tesla first because Carl asked. We keep it in order, so we're gonna look at Tesla, then we'll do the pound dollar, do silver, oil, DXY. If you have something you want me to look at, definitely put it in the chats. I just go in order, unless I see one of my premium members in the chats, then I will definitely do those ones first. Let's see here. So stocks. Tesla was looked like it was going down in a wave C last time I looked at it. I looked at it a couple times lately because boy, it's been in trouble, huh? Where is Tesla? Tesla, I got too many stocks on here now. Excuse me. Yeah, you might be in some pretty good profit, but boy, I don't know. I think it's gonna still go down more. I don't think it's over. Somebody told me that if it gets to $100, then Elon Musk will be forced out of the company, but it got to $100 in 2022, so I don't know if that's true or not. To me, it seems very clear that this is a wave A. It seems very, very clear that this is three waves of B. We have to keep in mind that Elliott wave theory was not a currency thing originally. Mr. Proctor and Mr. Frost were stock traders. They traded stocks. Obviously they didn't trade Tesla because it wasn't around then, but they traded stocks and commodities with Elliott Wave. That's how Elliott Wave was born. So Elliott Wave definitely does work with the stock market, 100%. It works better on the weekly, daily time frame, monthly time frame, but it definitely works. I think this is still going down. I think it's either going to go down to this area, which is right someplace between 180 and 160, or it's going to go down to this area, which is right around $100. But you want to know whether you should take profit. Kind of looks like, especially with that higher low right there, it definitely looks like it's going to go down again. The last end of a correction was right there, right? Last end of a correction was right there. If the market continues to trend, it's only a correction to the last wave, not a correction to the whole trend. Big key right there. I would definitely expect it to bounce off a fib level. It we're not at a fib level right now, so I think it's not over yet. I think it is up, but it's probably going to go to maybe the 50% or the 61%. There's obviously a pretty big liquidity gap right there, maybe what some people would call a fair value gap, but I don't really use those terms because that's just a liquidity gap. It's not a fair value gap. Um, yeah, I don't think it's over. I think it's going to go up to one of these two fib levels maybe and then go down again. So it's probably not quite time to take profit, but it might be getting close. Throw your Fibonacci extension on there. Fibonacci is your best friend. Oh, it's beyond the 161.8, so it's probably not an ABC. It's actually probably a 123. So yeah, it's not time to take profit yet. It's gonna probably make a wave forward and a wave five. Yeah, no problem. Keep an eye on your fib levels. It doesn't look like it's over yet, but if it goes up to the 50% and it looks like it's reacting to that, I'd probably take profits. So maybe the 61%. Honestly, the 61% seems more likely because there is definitely a liquidity area right here. Maybe grab some of that liquidity before it goes down again. Let's see here. What do we got next? The pound dollar. I already covered it when I was waiting for people to join up, but I will check again, no problem. Definitely looks like it's going down. My analysis has changed a little bit on the dollar. I think it's probably a wave A, probably a wave B. It's probably going to go down, make a more proper correction, like a 50% or 61% pullback on the daily time frame. It probably is going to make a bigger pullback, but I'm really not that interested in too many shorts. And if I do go short, it's not going to be a big position because I still am very bullish. I still think it's going up big time. But because of the dollar index, I think we are in a correction. This way here, I think is likely five ways of A or five, maybe even five ways of one, but more likely five ways of A. I don't know if this is ending a correction now. It seems like it's to go up a little more, grab these highs, and then potentially go down for either a three or a C. 50%, maybe 61%, something like that. Keep an eye on your. I'm gonna get rid of this fib extension for now because the fib retracement is probably more important now. Might go down to the 61%. There is definitely a top become a bottom right there, that area. But that'd be a pretty big pullback. If this is really the big strong trend that I think it is, it might just go down to like the 38% or the 50% and then continue up. So, like I said, last week I was talking about the US dollar index or the DXY. It's pretty much the same thing. It's really no difference. I was saying that this could be an ABC right here, just a really odd looking ABC. But it went beyond. I removed the fib levels, but right around here there was the 161.8, 178.6. So it went beyond those levels. So for me, the idea of this being a flat is out the window. It's not a flat, most likely. So that means that it's not a little crescent that I was kind of hoping that it was. And more likely it's going to be a crescent to the whole move down, some sort of a three-wave pattern that potentially will last a couple of weeks before it actually goes down, maybe another week or so, week and a half, something along those lines, probably. So definitely check that out. If you haven't done so already, definitely do check out my free Discord channel. It is 100% free to join. You do not ever have to pay a dime if you do not want to. Link for that is in the chat in the description. Definitely don't be afraid to say your charts, interact with other people. It is 100% free. I kind of hope to build a community of where people help each other out, all free. Just help one another. Hmm. US dollar's moving a little bit, isn't it? So, yeah, let's see here. Pound dollar, silver, oil. Let me look at oil first because I already have oil on my list. Technically, we did get a break of structure on oil today, but um, we were talking about this today too. It could be it, honestly. I still think that oil is eventually going to go to $100 a barrel because I still think this is an A. I think this is a B, and I think we're gonna make an uptrend for a C of B. I think this is a downtrend for the A, and then a B, and then down for a C. I really need to see this last bearish candle get engulfed to believe that this is really now going up, I think, on the weekly time frame. Because we did technically get a break of structure on the 4 hour. The problem is the 4 hour had previous break of structures that were not the end of a trend on this time frame. So technically we did get a break of structure right there. But there was a break of structure right there that didn't tell us the trend was over. There was a break of structure right there that didn't tell us the trend was over. There was a break of structure right there that didn't tell us the trend was over. So if there was three previous breaks of structure on this time frame that didn't tell us that this trend was over, how can we trust this break of structure? My answer is we can't. We have to be on a time frame where we don't see those previous breaks of structure, which is like the daily. And on the daily, our last structure level is right here. If it breaks above that, I'm gonna have to say that this wave B is over and now we're back into an uptrend. If it doesn't break above that, then it's probably not that. Let's see. Who's that? William or something? Yeah. Aussie dollar. Yeah. I do admit that that Aussie dollar does look like an expanding flat. It definitely could be an expanding flat. Let's see here. I honestly don't know if this is the end of the cutscene or not. I would probably be looking for longs, and if while I was looking for longs it went up and they took out this, then I think I would have to confirm that it really is going up. Otherwise, be careful because that is a little bit of a higher low. This could be a crescent, and it could go down again because it never did hit my target to the downside. I still think there's a good chance it's going to go down a little bit more and grab all these lows. So be careful with your longs. It looks like it could be over, but it's really hard to know because of the previous breaks of structure on that time frame that were not trustworthy, if that makes sense. And then what was the other one? Silver? I should just add silver to my list, but I don't think I've ever entered a trade on silver in my life. Let's see here. There's nothing wrong with it. As an American, you really can't trade silver anyways, or gold. Oh, well. I've been saying for a very long time that this 61% is going to get hit. And boy, it never did break structure, did it? We're probably actually still in a wave three. I thought for sure we were in the wave four already, but I guess we never did break structure, did we? No, we definitely didn't. We got a wave one that definitely broke the trend. And then from that point on, there's no break of trend. It's all higher lows. Probably still a wave three. It's probably going to go up, hit the 61%, and then potentially go down, make a wave four. Then potentially go back up and make a wave five. Maybe not quite that big. Maybe like this. Something like that. Definitely still an uptrend. I thought we were in a wave four. I'll be the first person to admit it. But we closed above the 78%, and that makes me kind of bet bullish. It's probably just going to keep going up at this point. Oh, yeah, I would be looking for longs. Definitely looking for longs. Maybe take it up to that fib level, which is, what's that, 36 almost? 35.20. So 35.20 would be my fib level that I'd really be keeping an eye on, definitely. Let's see here. Yeah, we kind of looked at gold and a few other pairs, but I'll look again real quick just because a lot of people were there right at the beginning. So for me, gold is definitely in a wave four in my opinion. I definitely think this is a one, two, three, four. I do not think this wave four is over, like I've been saying over the last couple of days. I also think that we're almost definitely going to go to at least the 38%, could even go to the 50. So I would, on the shorter time frames, like the 1 hour, I would definitely be looking for shorts, at least for now. But keep in mind that it is almost definitely going to go up again, probably to at least the 278.6, and maybe even a little bit higher, honestly. So I would definitely be keeping an eye out for sorts on the sort of time frames. But while I was keeping an eye out for sorts, I would probably be keeping in mind at some point it's going to go up. I thought this was an A. I thought this was a B. I was thinking it was going to drift down and make a wave C, maybe even back down towards this structure, and then go up to the not all up to about 3070. So I think it's going to go down to about 2980 and then up to about 3070. Nice, Divine. Good job, buddy. I love it. I love to hear that. Gold is never really my favorite, but boy, gold is definitely an awesome pair to be trading. I don't disagree with that whatsoever. And just for me, as like I always say, I'm American, and I spent pretty much my whole trading career not trading gold because I couldn't. As an American, you can't trade gold on a forex broker account, so I just never bothered with it much. Let's see, the Aussie dollar. Hey, Skyrick, how's it going? I think the Aussie dollar is going down again. I think it might even break this channel a little bit. That's one of the reasons why I'm not much of a channel guy. I don't really trust them. I think it's going to go down again. Could be a WXY. That's what I was almost thinking today too. But I do agree with the guy in the Forex chats that said that this could be an expanding. That's what I have here too. That's why I had this line down right here, just to remind me that if it does go down here and then bounce from this line area, it probably is going to continue the uptrend from that point. But for now, definitely bearish. Boy, we just made a nice push to the 50% level too. Probably a question to this last way down. If you've been following my daily videos, you've probably been doing pretty damn good because I was talking about this morning, most likely going back down. I do daily videos from pretty much all the dollar pairs and gold and the euro yen and pound yen. So make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Let's see, US dollar Swiss. US dollar Swiss has been pretty rangy on the 1 hour, but because of the dollar index, I think it's going to potentially go up and break structure. We can't argue that it's still in a downtrend, but this little 3, 4, 5 set that we got here makes me think that it is going to go up and break, or at least test it and then go down. Yeah, I think it's going to go up. Might even go up decent. This looks like all one big correction to me. Probably a wave A, probably a wave B, probably make an uptrend for a wave C. Probably break structure and make a correction to the last 5 waves down. Maybe this is the ABC over here too, but more than likely not. Yeah, more than likely it'll be a correction to this. Let's see here. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's the end of it or not. Boy, it looks like a WXY, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3 down. 1, 2, 3 up. 1, 2, 3 down. Boy, it definitely could be it. Looks like a triple three pattern. Definitely looks like a triple three pattern. Yeah, that could be it. Seems like the. Oh, it's because Trump is signing those things right now. I forgot about that almost. He's doing some executive orders right now, I believe. So that's probably why the dollar pairs are moving a little bit. I believe he's signing some executive orders starting at 6 p.m. It was at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 6 p.m. GMT UK time. That's why the dollar pairs are moving. Yeah, definitely. Look at them. Nice, 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 nice. So please do no problem. Let's see. Yeah, hey buddy, I can't. I'm not gonna be uploading all the videos before the London session. Sorry about that. I do a batch of videos in the morning, and pre-London, well, right around the beginning of London at 9 a.m. And then I do a load of videos in the afternoon. I do understand that it would probably be better for the people to have all the videos at once, but it's a lot better for me because I am a trader first and foremost, and I also go to the gym in the morning too. So I'm definitely going to be keeping the video schedule as is. As long as these YouTube live streams continue to be a hit, I'll continue to do these 4 times a week. But yeah, video schedule is going to stay as it is. I'm a trader most, and I like to go to the gym most days too, so that I do that in the morning also. US dollar yen, we kind of already covered the dollar yen a couple times, but I don't think this is going up yet. I think it's potentially going to go down to the bottom of the channel before it goes up. Keep an eye out for that. Yeah, definitely a pretty substantial channel right there. I think it's going to go up in big structure at this point, though, for the same reasons I've been saying. I think there's a good chance this move down is a correction and it's going to go up again. Very good chance, I think. Let's see here. So the whole reason is because of the JPY basket why I am now bullish the JPY pairs. JPY basket definitely broke structure. JPY basket is definitely the index that helped me tell what direction all the JPY pairs are moving. More than likely, this is ABC down. More than likely, this is ABC up. So that's a double three pattern. That means that there's really only two options. Most likely, it's going to make 5 waves down for a 335, or it could possibly make 1, 2, 3 waves down for a 333. A 333 is WXY. A 335 is supposed to be a flat, and I don't really think it's a flat. Because if it was a flat, it would have gone higher. If it was a regular flat, it would have gone to 105% of wave A or 90% of wave A if it was a regular flat. This is definitely neither of those. If it was an expanding flat, it would go to 123 or 136% Fibonacci of wave A. It definitely didn't go to that. So it's probably more likely 333. It's probably a WXY. WXY for sure. I think it'll break structure too. Definitely. Yeah, uptrend. It might make more of a three-way pattern, but yeah, I totally agree on the higher time frames. It's probably gonna over the next month or two, it's probably gonna do something like this. It's probably gonna go back up to these highs, and then it's gonna go down. A, B, C, A, B, C of B. So wave A, then A, B, C of B, and then likely wave C. Yeah, this would be a pretty good one. I don't know if it's gonna go now. I think it's gonna go down some more before it goes up. Definitely looks like a 1, 2, 3 to me. It definitely doesn't look like it's turning now. Don't we have JPY inflation data this week? CPI? Is that tonight or no? That's tomorrow night, isn't it? Don't we? I'm pretty sure we have JPY news this week. Yeah. So Thursday night we have inflation data coming out of Tokyo. So that is going to be a pretty big deal for the yen pairs potentially. Maybe that's when the yen pairs will turn back up. Something like that, probably. Yeah, nice. Definitely want to hop on those trends, huh? Trend is your friend. I try not to do too much counter trend trading personally. It depends on what time frame you're trading too, because I could be trading the 1 hour time frame saying that the trend is up. You could be trading the 5 minute time frame saying the trend is down, and we'd both be right, and we'd both be trend traders. So if you're on the 5 minute time frame, the trend is down, and you should be looking for shorts. If you're on the 1 to 4 hour time frame, the trend is up, and you should be looking for longs. If you're on the daily time frame, technically the trend is down because it hasn't broken structure yet. So you could be, it just depends on what kind of trader you are, what time frame you're trading. But I definitely always recommend trading with the trend for sure. Roughly 8 times longer than the time frame you're trading. So let's see here. Does anybody else have any more requests? Put them in the chat. So be more than happy to look. I'm pretty sure we got Trump doing those executive orders right now, and that's why the market is moving a little bit. And the pound dollar, I mean, I was kind of thinking the pound dollar was going to go up and grab these highs, but if it goes down a big structure, it probably is going down. Aussie dollar is already turned this term today during the Zoom meeting that I was doing, the daily live stream that I do every afternoon for my members, where we really go deep into these pairs and try to look for potential upcoming trades. That dollar Swiss looks like it's going up. Gold looks like it's going down, maybe to the 78%. The DAX has been a really good performer. Definitely still an uptrend on the higher time frames. Oh yeah, but it really, really looks like it wants to go down one more time, doesn't it? Big time. Some more pound charts, like pound Canadian, pound Aussie. And don't trade the euro pairs. Oh yeah. The pound usually definitely moves, has a higher daily average range than the euro most of the time. Like the pound dollar definitely moves more pips a day most of the time than the euro dollar does. Let's see. So to me, it definitely looks like 5 ways down. One, two, three, four, 5 ways down. That makes me think that this move up right here is a cuts into the wave down, and that it's going to bounce from a fib level and potentially go down. We are definitely at a fib level right now too. So how do we know if it's going down when it does that 3, 4, 5 shape at a fib level? 3, 4, 5 down, break structure. That's how we know when an ABC is over. If it goes up, bounces from a fib level, pushes down, doesn't break, goes up, doesn't break. There's only an entry until all conditions are met. Until all conditions are met, there's no entry. But I would definitely be keeping an eye on my fib levels. It could double top right here, go down, break structure, start a new downtrend for wave C. I think the US indices are going up, and a lot of times that'll kind of drive money maybe away from the DAX temporarily at least. 1, 2, 3 waves down, then up, like that probably. So that would be pretty nice. Yeah, we already looked at a few of the pound pairs. The pound cat is another one that I'm kind of keeping an eye on, to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, I just use the traditional Fibonacci levels. I use just the traditional. And then I also use Fibonacci extension. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't have a lot of experience with Fibonacci, and Fibonacci for me is one of my best tools in the toolbox. If anybody is interested in joining my website, I do have a trading course on here. My website membership is definitely more about learning to trade than anything. It's not about following my trades, but you can follow my trades if you want to. I have a trading course that comes with the membership. It's only $30 a month, and this comes with it. What is the difference between a trend and a correction? I got a bunch of videos for that. What is market structure? I got a bunch of videos for that. Fibonacci, do you know how to use it properly? Unfortunately, a lot of people don't really know how to use Fibonacci properly, in my opinion. They don't really understand the structure of a trend. And if you don't understand the structure of a trend and the structure of a correction, then you definitely are not going to be able to use Fibonacci properly, in my opinion. And then I have a few videos about Elliott Wave, but really my biggest tip for Elliott Wave is definitely reading the Frost Proctor book or potentially the Gerald Sanders book. Tuning the frequency of your charts, which is the key to Elliott Wave. risk management, live by it, trading psychology, and how to put it all together, become a consistently profitable trader, and how to make money and potentially how much money can you make as a trader. Pretty much the sky is the limit. So check that out. It is only $30 a month. It's very, very cheap. I keep it very, very cheap. You can definitely follow my trades if you want to. I am more of a swing trader, and I don't take a lot of trades. It's not like I'm taking trades all day, every day. Just keep that in mind. But you can follow my trades, but it's really more about learning to trade and being part of a community that helps each other out. That's why I like to call it Learn and Earn. I also do a Zoom meeting on there every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, which is 2 hours long, where we go deep. We share ideas with each other. We look for potential trades and stuff like that. So if you are interested, the website is right here. You can cancel at any time, and it's only $30 a month. It's about the cheapest membership you're going to find for this type of stuff. Pound CAD to me, I really think is a wave four. I think it's a wave four. I think this is almost definitely a one, a two, a three, a four, and a five. So I am looking potentially for another long on this pound CAD at some point. I mean, if it goes up and breaks structure, it could be over if it does do that. But I think it's going to go down, break this low before it goes up. So I would continue to be bearish for now. But I think it is going to go up again, probably shortly after it breaks this low right here. So definitely to keep an eye out for that. This is potentially some sort of a 3-3 pattern too. 1-2-3 down, 1-2-3 up. Maybe maybe it is a WXY. 3 down, 3 up, 3 down. WXY seems pretty very likely. Definitely would be recommending shorts on that. Yeah, pound Aussie, pound Kiwi didn't really do much today. I do think that these are both going to go short at some point, but I would wait for a proper entry. Kind of almost looks like this pound Kiwi needs to go up and grab these highs before it goes down. So I don't think it's quite ready for that. That means the pound Aussie will probably drift up a little more. Probably grab some of these highs and then probably go down again. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The pound Swiss is different than the other ones because the Swiss. I'm wondering if this is the end of a correction on the higher time phase. It never broke structure, so it definitely doesn't have to be. It might just keep going up and break these highs. So the only reason is because we are kind of a 1-2-3 up, 1-2-3 down, 5 ways up to a Fibonacci level. So if it does break structure at this level, then it will likely go down to these lows. So it's kind of a key area where we could get a big turn. But this move down did not break structure, so it is definitely still an uptrend. Higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. It's definitely still an uptrend. So because the fact it's still an uptrend, I would definitely be recommending longs. But yeah, wow, look how sideways this is. A terrible price action. If it does go back up to the 78%, bounce down, break structure, then it probably is going to go down. If it doesn't bounce from a fib level, break structure, then there's no entry to go short, and you would just be looking for longs because the trend is up, and the trend is your friend as always. I would only be recommending longs. You could take that as a log. Try to get in all these little pullbacks. Try to get these longs. Yeah, there's a few shorts in there that would have been decent, but the trend is your friend, and the higher time frame is definitely in an uptrend for sure. And the pound yen is obviously different too, but that's because of the yen. I think this is going up also. I think this is 1-2-3 ways up. I think this is 1-2-3 ways down, and I think this is going to be 5 ways up. I think we're going to go up to the 78% fib to make an ABC a B. So this is your A, this is your B, 78% fib down for wave C. I do think that the pound yen is going to go down a lot, but it's probably not going to go down until next year. Maybe even all the way down to 175, which is a huge move down. I would be looking for longs on this also. I wouldn't be trying to go long right out of such a break though. I would have to wait for a more proper pullback before I went long, especially like some sort of a 3-way pullback. So definitely recommending longs, but definitely recommending patience because even right now, I don't think I would go long. I would have to wait for a decent pullback, some sort of a at least push down to these lows or a 3 wave impulsive up pattern would also get me long. So, anyways, I do these live streams every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 6 p.m. Make sure you like and subscribe because the more people that come on, the more people that request, the more I will continue to do these. I'm kind of testing out the live streams. I normally don't do them on a regular basis, but I'm trying to see how popular they are. So if they are popular, I'll keep doing them. If they're not popular, then I'll just do the short videos that I do every day. So definitely like and subscribe if you enjoy the live streams. I see you at the same time, same place every evening, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Definitely make sure you join my free Discord channel. Link is in the chat and the description. If you are interested, definitely do check out my website. My membership is very, very, very cheap. So anyways, I will talk to everybody later. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading.